Hello everybody, it's Oak Tree Tarot Reader here and welcome to my Pick a Card video. So today's reading is about what changes are happening in your life. So remember that this is a general reading aimed at a lot of people and not you specifically. So there are going to be parts of the reading that just don't make sense to you, and that's fine. I've set out 4 different piles. I've got option 1, which is the Sun. Option 2, which is the Lady, option 3, which are the Clouds, and option 4, which is the Heart. Now these 4 images don't really bear any relation to what's in the piles, the actual reading inside. I've literally just shuffled them and put them on there so you've got something to distinguish them, because some people need that. But really, you don't need to look with your actual eyes. You're trusting your gut instinct with this. So you need to close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, relax, and empty your mind of all expectations, all fears, and all your hopes. Come to this question with an open mind and clarity. Deep breath in and exhale. Deep breath in and exhale. When you feel relaxed and open and ready, ask yourself the question, what changes are happening in my life? What changes are happening in my life? When you feel ready, make your choice. Remember, trust your gut, trust your instincts, don't doubt yourself. Trust your first choice. If you need a bit more time, please press pause, but when you've made your choice, click on the timestamp provided, and I will see you at your reading. Okay, those of you that chose the Sun, this is your reading. What changes are happening in your life? So let's start here with the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle. And we have, Gatekeeper, Fairy Time, Time Shifts, Dimensional Slips. Now this speaks to me that the change, that the sort of the feel of the change that's happening in your life is that you're transitioning. You're transitioning from one thing to another, from one mindset to another. I think that you're sort of like completing a cycle and you're moving on to the next stage of your life. This card can come up when you're leaving school, going into college, leaving college and entering the workforce, or you know, ending of a relationship, beginning of a new relationship. But you're transitioning, you've learned the lessons of before that you were meant to learn this previous cycle, and now you're moving on to something new. And you're at that phase, that line of before and after, and you're just on the line. So you're just sort of closing up old things and getting rid of old mindsets and repetitive thoughts that you don't need anymore, and you're just getting rid of them and clearing them out before you really embark on the new one. So there can be quite a bit of confusion for you at this time because of that, because you're just sort of not exactly sure. You're like, you know, when the boat wobbles when you get off the boat and you're climbing onto the dock or something, and there's just that little bit of wobble. You could well feel like that at this moment in time, because you're transitioning. You literally are, you know, finishing off something that probably I feel was quite a big cycle in your life, and moving into the next one. And a lot of you probably don't even realise or notice or can see or, you know, necessarily plan ahead for what this new cycle is going to be like, because it's so brand new and fresh, and that's fine. You can't always understand everything at every point in your life, but you know, the things are changing, and they're going to be changing for the better. I think you've really sort of been there, done that, time for something new. And this is where this dimensional slips comes from, this feeling that you're just slipping out of the old into the new. And this can be in any area of your life or more generally. It's just something that you're aware that you've finished that and it's time to start something new. So the 3 big cards. This is the Gilded Tarot. We've got the 3 of Cups, Oh, the Eight of Cups. I'm getting a bit of clarity here. The Four of Cups. You've got cups, cups, cups. This is all about emotions. This is really about your emotional state. So you're changing emotionally. And the Three of Cups, the Eight of Cups and the Four of Cups tells me that possibly this is something to do with the way you've been socialising or your friendship group. That you... Oh, I just realised that that's quite to the left. That you are in fact... maybe you're changing your friends group. Maybe you are leaving some behind. I think maybe some of you are realising that maybe the way you socialised and had fun has been a bit destructive, or maybe you're just not interested in doing that anymore and you are now ready to move on to something new. You've sort of, you know, I said I got this feeling that I've been there, done that. And that sort of echoes in this reading, in that you've finished this thing. You've finished it. And I think it's connected to friendship and how you have fun. And now you're thinking, well, what am I going to do next? And this is the big change. And I think it is a fundamental change for you. That if you are, say, you're recognising that the people that you hung about with were just no good for you, or that you've outgrown how they have fun and how they socialise, and perhaps you're maturing, maybe you have got a more stable relationship and you're thinking, I want to hang out with my partner and I want to do things with them, you know, or even that you're just there thinking, you know, I've left school and I've left all my other school friends behind, and I'm going to college and I've got to meet new friends. But what kind of friends do I want to hang about with? Or I don't want to go and get drunk all the time anymore. I don't want that at all. What I want is to find something like a more sophisticated friend group. It's to do with how you relax and how you have fun. So if it's not about friends or the way that you socialise, it could be your hobbies and the way that you meet with other people, but how you entertain yourself. For some of you, you've recognised that maybe you've been a bit too isolated. You know, we're all coming out of the lockdown, and I think a lot of people have been struggling to get back into the swing of socialising. And you're sort of, you know, I've been out of that for so long. I really want to get back into meeting people and having fun, going out for meals, going out to the club or the pub or something, and just being able to socialise. But you're in a process of not sure what, you know, you've got lots of options, but you're not sure which one you're going to take. You're perhaps focusing overly on one option and not the others. Now that is something that you should avoid doing. You know, you should look at all the different options that you have. Maybe you're focusing on one friend to the detriment of others, or maybe you're focusing on the negativity of one friend and not the positivity that you have with the rest of the people in your friend group. But you're definitely at a transitional phase to do with the people that you have fun with, or the way that you have fun and socialise and relax and celebrate things. And you're not sure exactly where you're going to go, I feel, or at least you're not going to find it perhaps anytime soon, which direction you're going to be moving in, because you've just left it. You're just gone. You're not interested. You're just like, I'm moving on. Been there, done that. Don't want to do it again. 10 of bows, responsibility. I think, yeah, you know, I said before, I got this feeling that for some of you, you've just sort of outgrown them and you've got a different set of responsibilities now. And you're thinking, you know, this situation, this Three of Cups celebration, having fun situation, is not in line with who you are now. You have responsibilities. You have obligations, or at least desires that don't include your friend group, for instance. You're in fact focused on perhaps building up a business, or raising your kids, or working on your relationship. So there's a real feel here that the big change that's happening in your life, and I do actually feel that for you it's a substantial change for a lot of you, is that you are moving on from something in your social life. Because you're aware that they're either burdensome to you, that they're just no good, that they're just dragging you down, or that they're perfectly lovely people and they're great friends, but they want to go out all the time and you can't now because you've got other obligations. And you're just feeling the weight of that responsibility. For others of you, I am feeling that it's sort of the other way around, is that you're overly responsible and it's time now to change, to try and socialise with other people. But I feel that's for a small group of you, that you're there like, well, I'm already like overly burdened by my responsibilities. I want to get out of the house and I want to be able to go out for a nice meal and a drink, or just to go and dance and have fun. And that's absolutely fine. For you, it's sort of reaching out and finding a new way to make sure you get out and socialise. That maybe you have been a bit isolated, that maybe you've been stuck indoors a bit, and actually now it's time for you to explore and consider the options so that you do get out and meet people and have fun in whatever way suits you, to ease this load of the responsibility that is on your shoulders. Because for some of you, you've got too much responsibility and need to have more fun. And for others of you, you're now embracing the new responsibilities that you have, and you're recognising that you've outgrown what was before. And that's it, quite simply. Those of you that chose number 1, it's to do with how you socialise. And for the reasons for that is individual to each of you. So if you've enjoyed that reading, please like, subscribe, comment and all the rest of it. If you do want to go into greater depth in regards to this, or you have something else that you'd like a private reading on, you can contact me. All the information that you need is in the description box about getting a private reading. So have a read on there and get in contact with me. My email address is there, and I will get right back to you and see what we can do about doing a private reading for you. But otherwise, I hope this reading has helped you. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Okay, those of you that chose number 2, the lady, this is your reading. What changes are happening in your life? So we start off with the secret path. I do like this card. An irresistible pull down a distinct path. Ley lines, mystical traditions. So what I feel for you, that this big change that's happening is that you're getting an irresistible draw to find out something new, or to change the way you live your life towards a new path. This doesn't have to be anything big like changing your religion or adopting a new religion or moving or anything like that. It can just quite simply be that you've suddenly discovered something new that is fascinating to you, and you recognise that it can enhance your life, and you're going to follow that. You're going to follow that information. For some of you, yeah, it is something more mystical. But what's really changing is that you're going to get this irresistible desire to learn more about something, to accumulate information, to try and experience it. It could be that you discover a new genre of books to read. It could be that you discover a whole new element to your spirituality, and a method of doing something that really enhances you spiritually. And for others of you, you could discover a subject that fascinates you, and then you go on and study it and get qualified in it. You know, it could be anything. But what the big change for you is that you're going to find something, I feel intellectually irresistible, but might not be. It could be that you discover a new exercise, a new way of exercising, or a new diet or something. But there's something that you are going to want to follow down that path, that you are going to want to learn all about it and even adopt it into your life. So let's see what these say. The Gilded Tarot. That's the wild wisdom of the fairies, by the way. So, we have the 9 of Wands. We have the 6 of Wands. And the 8 of Wands. All Wands. Now, this is weird because in reading number 1, I had all cups. All cups in my reading. So then you've got all Wands. Yeah, so there's something that I feel that you're tired of, that you're exhausted by. You're sort of like fed up of fighting the fight. You want something radically new. And I think this is where the success comes in, is that you're recognising that whatever you've been doing hasn't been working, or at least it's not as successful as it should be. And you're going to adapt with this new information. You're going to take a different path, and that's going to lead you to success. And I think it's going to change things very quickly. I think you're going to have a very quick change from what was before to what is now. Do you know what I mean? That there's this sort of like, oh, I really kept on hitting that hammer, and then I realised, you know, if I got a screwdriver, it would go in much quicker. It almost feels like that, is that you just suddenly discover something and you're like, oh. And you get success because you follow this new piece of information. And it will bring you success, and it will bring you like communication, it will bring you change and passion and drive, you know, really excite you, and it will all come about really quickly. Which I love to see, because it's nice when you get your rewards really quickly, and I feel you are. I think you're just going to suddenly go like, oh, and then it happens. Because yeah, there's a real feeling that you're just tired at the moment. You're tired of it. You've been doing it for a long time. You've really been pushing hard at it. And when this I feel that you've already had this piece of information or this discovery, you know, it's already happening in your life, and that when you go further down it, the more you learn about it, the more successful you're going to be. Because I think it could change the way you think about things, the way you learn about things, and it will just lead to you to success, this new piece of information. And it could just be something simple. As I say, it doesn't have to be anything radical. Two of Vessels attraction. So for some of you, this could be the way that you've been connecting to other people. This could be your personal relationships or your desire to meet people to have a relationship with. If you've been like trying certain dating techniques, you're going to find something new out, or have a new way, you know, you could even have just a personal epiphany of like, oh, well, that's not working, why don't I just try something else? And you're going to have a lot of success in this new thing. And it could be to do with finding love, it could be to do with your business partners, or finding the right employee, or finding the right job, or it could be just your personal relationships with friends. Because the Two of Vessels, yeah, it's like, is about love and obviously attraction, but it doesn't have to be a romantic sexual love. It can be something else. The idea is that there's two people that connect, that are attracted to each other, and it's a mutual attraction. Well, it could be between you and a potential employer that you think, God, I'd love to work in this place, and they look at you and think, oh my God, that's the perfect employee that we've been looking for. So it doesn't have to be romance, but of course it can be. And this is it. You're just going to discover something new. So let's think about it as being in a job. You could just think, oh, maybe have a look on this website for jobs, and then, you know, and you've been trying for ages to get a job. You look on this new website and suddenly it's there, and it's like, oh my God, that's brilliant. Oh, I'll apply for that. And it just works to say, it's just feeling that something's really going to happen quickly. So yeah, if you're recognizing that and it's connecting to you, you're not going to have to wait too long for you to see the evidence of this and get the success that you're looking for. I do get the feeling this is more on a small level than a big one though. But you will have to let me know in the comments if I'm right. And that's it. That's your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to go deeper into this or any other subject in your life, you can contact me for a private reading. All the information that you need is in the description box. Just send me an email and I will get right back to you, and we will sort something out about your reading. But otherwise, you please take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Okay, those of you that chose number 3, the clouds, this is your reading. What changes are ahead for you, or what changes are happening in your life? I'm saying ahead, but really they're happening in your life now. So, Dragon's Pet, communication between species, animals, pets, magical companions, and guardianship. So, something to do with your pets, perhaps. I also feel that this could extend to animals that are important in your life. So if you don't have any personal pets, but you really avidly watch your local wildlife and it's really important to you, that there's going to be some sort of change that's happening there in regards to animals and your guardianship over them, or, you know, how you take care of them, even if it's only feeding the birds. So let's see what these 3 say. Ten of Swords. Oh my God. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. So you've got a 10 and then Ace right back to the beginning. So I think in regards to your pets or animals, I'm not going to say, oh, one of them's going to die. I mean, statistically, well, it's inevitable that we lose pets, but I don't feel that it's saying, oh, you're going to lose your pets. I think what's happening in this big change is that you are changing something. You're coming to a different mindset. So you're sort of like, okay, do you know what? I've been doing this with my pet. I'm making a rod for my own back. I'm being really, I'm spoiling them and it's not very good for the dog. And you're becoming really independent with that. And then you're coming to a brand new mindset. As you can hear this bird squawking outside my window. I don't know if you can pick it up on the microphone. But there's just something about pets. It might be that you decide you're not going to get a pet and you're just going to stay single and whatever. But I do feel for a lot of you, it's more to do with your communication with your pet, or it's more to do with the way you think about your pet or the animals in your life. That in fact, it's almost like, I think that for a lot of you, you're not going to allow any interference with what you want done with your pets anymore. You're going to see the truth. You're into a more independent mindset. You're gaining clarity of thought in regards to your companions, your animal pet companions. And I just feel that there's a self-sufficiency here with it. So I almost feel like, say you've had a breakup recently and you were arguing over the animals, you might decide that you're going to let go of the animal to your partner and just draw a line under it, or that you get the animal from your partner and that's it. You're the one with the pet, or you might decide, no, I'm just going to let it go and just going to be independent of the situation. You're coming to a new mind. You're calling time and ending something to do with this pet and being very satisfied with what you decide that it's ended, and having just a brand new, fresh, cleared the decks mindset about pets in general, or your pet or the animals around you. Yeah, you're going to be very happy with whatever that this situation sort of ended. Six of Vessels reunion. So that's the Six of Cups. So yeah, this is connected to something actually from the past for some of you. I felt this was very present, but maybe actually this is to do with the fact that you have already lost a pet a while ago, and you've been in the grieving phase. Well, you're sort of, I think the big change for you is that you're coming out of it. And you're recognising that that's done and it's finished, and that you are just now ready maybe to get another pet, or you're over the grieving process and you're ready to move on to something new, whether that's just getting used to not having a pet or not being able to have a pet if you wanted one. And just being happy with what you had in the past, thinking about the happy memories and having fun, rather than feeling sad and upset about it. I think for some of you, you have had a period of feeling really, really upset in regards to this pet or pets, the situation in your life. And you're just like, yeah, I want to move on, and I'm ready to move on. And I think that's a big change. So if any of you, that resonates, that you've had something, even if it's just more generally that you've had something important in your life that's really dragged you down and you've felt really sad about it, or, there's this feeling that, that it's done and it's over and it's hurt you, you are going to come to be very happy. You're going to recognise the abundance that you still have in your life and all the good things that you have, and come into a brand new mindset about it. To be able to look at the past with fondness. Yeah, that's your reading, those are number 3. It's a bit of a short one and to the point. Sometimes those are the best, but things are going to be getting better. I think you've gone through a phase and it's over, and now you're coming out the other end of it. So I hope that resonates. Let me know in the comments. If you want something more specifically aimed at you, you can contact me for a private reading, All the information that you need is in the description box. Just send me an email and we can have a chat. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Oops, pause it. Okay, last but not least, those of you that chose the heart, this is your reading. So let's start off with this one. And we've got the Green Man's Bride. Sacred union, commitment ceremony, maturing into deep relationship. So this is you committing to something on a deeper level. Yeah, for some of you it is a love affair. It's your relationship that perhaps you're ready now, the changes that you're ready to commit in a more deeper fashion to it. But if you're completely single and you're not looking for love and what the rest of it, there's just something in your life that you're now ready to commit deeper to. Whether it's your job, whether it's friendships, whether it's something that's happening in your life and you're ready to just put more effort and more commitment to it. It doesn't matter, but you are ready to go deeper into it and sort of sign on the dotted line even. And that's the change that's happening in your life. So let's see what else the cards say. Wheel of Fortune. The Moon. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, so this thing that whatever it is that you're going deeper into, committing more into, there's a feeling here sort of destiny, of fate, but more really that you're just ready to progress. It's time for you now for the wheel to turn and for you to do that, for this change to happen. It's just sort of it's a feeling of inevitability. I don't think that you're fighting it. I think that there's probably something that you want and it could bring you some good luck, but just that you're going deeper into something, and it's definitely going to bring you lots and lots of change and get the wheel moving in your life. It's going to deal with your subconscious, so you might start dreaming a lot, and it's going to start churning things up from your subconscious, and sort of because you're sort of realigning yourself to something new, you're changing, you're realigning your commitments in your mind and sort of shuffling things about, and it's going to have an impact. You know, you could, well, as I say, dream a lot or start to daydream and just start to think about things. There's just, yeah, it's just going to start churning things up. So don't feel anxious about that or frightened. It's just so that you resolve these things in your mind and you can get rid of them and leave space for this new commitment that's going to take up time and energy in your life. But it is going to bring you abundance and security and prosperity. You know, it's the Queen of Pentacles. She knows everything to do. She's got everything underhand, you know. She's dealing with everything. She's got everything sorted. She's on top of everything. She's on top of her schedule. She's making sure that everybody's got their meals, and she's, you know, she's quite nurturing, is the Queen of Pentacles, but in a very practical way. You can turn to her and she'll help you sort out any problems. So there's certainly no feeling there of that you're going without. This is sort of something that's going to lead you to feeling very good and secure about yourself. But it's just, as I say, bringing a lot of change with it, and I think a lot of change in your subconscious, because you're now committing to something new, and that brings change with it inevitably. Clearance, Seven of Bows, clearance, perfect. You're clearing out stuff. This is it. You're clearing out the old rubbish in your life, in your mind, because you're making way for the new. And that's the big change in your life, that you are, yeah, you're getting rid of the rubbish so that this new big thing has plenty of space to grow and to fill, and to feel nourished and cared for and loved in the way that you want it to. So this could be a relationship like you're now going to be getting married and that you're having to make big changes, or that you're deciding that you're going to move in together and go for a deeper commitment, you know, moving in together, where you're going to move into yours or theirs, or you know, you're going to get someplace new and you've got all this furniture to deal with. You know what I mean? And it could be just something else, that you maybe change your job and you're just having to clear out all the old stuff from your old job and make way for the new job. Yeah, and that's a big change in your life. But what it's saying is it is going to lead you to prosperity and feeling secure and abundant. You're going to be happy with what you're getting, which is lovely to see, because it's scary when you make a new commitment. It's good, it's wonderful and exciting, but there's also a hint of fear about it, because you Are your investments going to bear fruit? And I would say that yes, they are. For the majority of you, they are. So that's your reading. It's actually quite a short and sweet one. I've had a few in this video where they're just sort of straight to the point. But I think sometimes that's the best reading, where it just comes out and says, this is it. If you want to go into greater depth or have something more personalised for you in regards to this or any other issue going on in your life, you can get a private reading from me. All the information is in the description box, so just send me an email and we'll have a chat and get something sorted in regards to what you need. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this reading, that it helps you. I want you to take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye.